Hello, 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 coaches. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. If you are here live, send me some love. Let me know you're here. Send me some hearts or some emojis in the comments. If you're here on the replay, type in replay so I know that you're here, and I'm going to come back and show you love as well. Super excited to be with you all today because we are going to try to do another episode of the 542 show. And if you all remember what that is, I've done this once before and I'm trying to do it more often. The 542 show is where I try to get the message across in 5 minutes and 42 seconds or less. Why 5 minutes and 42 seconds is because we all know 5 minutes and 41 seconds is not funny. So that is going to be my goal today. Now, if you're here live again, send me some love. Sinya, what is up? So good to see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Washington is in the house. Washington, how are you? And I'm going to dive right in here before I set the timer because I'm going to tell you that in case you didn't see it here on the description, the title, the focus of today's live is the not so obvious reason that mastering your sales conversation is one of the fastest ways to help your clients achieve their dreams. Now, notice I said the not so obvious reason. Because the obvious reason is, well, of course, you have to master the sales conversation because if you don't master the sales conversation, then the client doesn't sign up. And if the client doesn't sign up, then they're not going to be able to achieve their dream. I get that. That's not what I'm talking about here. That's a very easy if this, then that kind of thing. And it's very true as well. It's very important as well. But that's not what I want to talk about today. Cornelius, what is up? So welcome. So happy you're here. Welcome to the party. So what I want to talk about today is a different level of that because what I know to be true, and I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now because I'm going to really try to see if we can make this happen. What I know to be true is that I have conversations all the time with people. I had one yesterday. I had one last week. I have these conversations all the time that keep playing in my head that show me one of the best things that we can do for our clients is to help them understand how to enroll people into their vision. Okay, how to enroll people into their vision. I literally have one of my celebrity clients that the entire reason she initially hired me, we've done other work since, but the entire reason she initially hired me was because we had a single conversation where she had been trying to get funding for a movie for, I don't know, 6 or 7 months or something, and could not get funding to save her life. We had one conversation. This is somebody that's very well connected. Everybody knows her name. She's a prominent, A-list celebrity and could not get this funding for this movie. And in one conversation with me, she was able to go out and within a week got, I think it was $2 million or something like that in funding for this short film that she wanted to make. Now, is it because I'm some genius and I know the movie industry better than this person does, who's been an actor and a director and a producer for multiple decades? This is a person that I watched on TV when I was a child. Do I know more about the industry than they do? Abso-freaking-lutely not. But what I know, what I am really, really good at is enrollment. Now, I said here mastering the sales conversation because that's how people think of it. A lot of people think of this, the conversation we have with our prospects as a sales conversation. And whether that brings up something for you and it feels icky or you have some kind of triggering around sales, that's okay. I don't need you to fix that language distinction right now. But what I do want you to focus on is the fact that what you're doing is enrolling. Now, where some people actually get this a little off is that they think it's only about enrolling people into your coaching. That is a part of it. I mean, there's no way that we're going to say we don't want people to sign up for coaching so that we can actually help them. But the biggest part of enrollment is getting people to be enrolled in their own vision, to be enrolled in their own dream, to believe this thing is possible for them, to feel like they finally found somebody who can truly support them in building what it is they want to build. So that's obviously a huge part of enrollment for coaching. But then once they sign up for the coaching, if they have big dreams, chances are those dreams are going to require the assistance and the support of other people. Hands down, there are not many big dreams. In fact, I would venture to guess there are 0 big dreams in the world that have ever been accomplished by a single person, right? Anybody you look at that's the head of a thing, whether it's Elon Musk or Martin Luther King Jr. or Oprah Winfrey or anybody that's done amazing, big, huge things in this world, in the social space, political space, business space, what transformation space, whatever it is, none of that happened in a vacuum and none of that happened alone. What happened was that they had to get other people on board to help them bring this vision to reality. And one of the things that I've noticed, again, just had a conversation last week with somebody. We got on the phone and they were on Zoom because now it's 1983 and we get on the phone only. But we got on Zoom and we were talking about this thing they want to create and how they just weren't able to get the support they wanted. And they actually believed it was a problem with the people they were talking to, which I'm totally open to that potentially being the thing, that they're talking to the wrong people. But once I really got a sense of how she was positioning this offer for the people she wanted to enroll into this thing, into her big vision, it was very clear to me that this was a leadership issue, this was a conversation and communication issue, and this was at its heart an enrollment issue. So if you want to really understand how to get your clients big results on their big dreams, you want to know how to guide them to enroll people in their vision. Now, what's the best way for you to help people enroll people into their vision? Well, it's first for you to understand what enrollment looks like in your own world. What do your enrollment conversations look like? Do you feel like you're talking more than they are? Do you feel like you're trying to convince them? Do you feel like you're trying to negate their objections when they're bringing up objections? Think about that if you're trying to lead a movement and you're trying to enroll people in some big vision and you tell them, hey, my vision for the world, let's go Martin Luther King Jr. My vision for the world is that racism and segregation completely go away. And you just start shoving that in people's faces. And somebody says, oh, well, I don't know if it should. Well, you're wrong, and I think you're wrong, and you shouldn't be saying that, and you should believe what I believe. Do you think that would actually change anybody's mind? No. What Martin Luther King Jr. did was he appealed to the desires, he appealed to the emotions, he appealed to the possibilities of the people that he knew would have the highest likelihood of moving this thing forward and who he knew could benefit from this thing the most. This is a consultative approach. It involves really slowing down. It involves not going in hot and talking about what you're up to. And this is from your client's perspective, what they're up to, what they want to create, all about them. It's about slowing down and having them get a picture of what other people in their world want the world to look like. And if you slow down and you really understand how other people want the world to look like, I'm going to say the world in quotes, because the world can be a certain kind of business. The world can be a certain kind of social injustice. Whatever your clients are trying to create, there's a world they want to see that is different than the world they're currently operating in, right? That different than the world they currently see. We need to first have them understand how to extract that from other people. What's the world that they want to see as it relates to the thing that you want to make change around? What is it that they care about? And when we really slow down and get clear about that, enrollment is simply saying, you know what? I love that you said that. I love that that's your mission. I love that that's the world you want to see. And funny enough, that's the exact world I want to see too. Now, I don't know exactly how we're going to get there. I have a plan, but it's going to require help. And I feel like you're the kind of person that would be perfect to help me bring this vision to reality. Is it something that you want to get on board and support? Now, that is totally different from shoving your idea in people's faces and then people are overwhelmed or they don't have context or they don't feel like they're actually bought into what you're talking about or they're not even clear why it matters or why it should matter to them. They're not even clear yet because you haven't gotten curious about what they care about. When we slow down and do that, which is exactly what I guided my client to do when she got the funding for her movie, was to slow down and to extract from these financiers what did they want their investments to look like. What was the return they were looking to get, not just monetarily, but what was going to make them feel good about investing? What were the investments they were going to make that they would be happy to tell their friends and family they had been a part of? What are the movies that they want to see out in the world that they would feel good knowing they had a part in, they had a hand in creating? And once she had that information, all she did was turn it around on them and say, it's so interesting you said that. There's this movie I've been wanting to create, and it's all about X and Y and Z and all those things you just said. Is that something you'd like to be a part of creating? And she got an immediate yes from one of the first people she talked to. So, how do we do this for other people? I've just laid that out, but first, you got to do it for yourself. You have to master enrollment conversations for yourself. Because if you are scared of the sales part, if you are scared of the enrollment part, if you are scared of calling people to step into a bigger vision, if you are scared of digging too deep to really extract what somebody actually wants in the world, and then presenting your offer of coaching as a way to help them get it, once you know for sure that what they're saying they want to create is something that you're inspired and feel confident about helping them to create, if you're scared about any of those things, not only are you probably not going to sign a client, but even if you do sign the client, whatever their big dream is, if you haven't really looked at why you're afraid of that thing, you're going to transfer those same fears over to them, and they're not going to be able to achieve what they need to achieve through other people. So that is my transmission. I know I went over the 542, but not by too much, thank goodness. I'd love to know from you what resonated about this for you. Drop me a line in the comments here. And if this resonated at all, just give me a yep in the comments. I'd love to know if this is something that you really can see some value in. And notice that if you master this for yourself, it is a twofold benefit. Number one, you're going to have more people sign up for your coaching. And number two, you're going to help your clients get better results with the big things they want to create in the world. So that is my transmission for you today. Cynthia says, I'll have a sales convo in 30 minutes. What timing? You help me enjoy these conversations. Amazing. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for saying that. One of our graduates of the CPBI. And by the way, congratulations to all the new people that have been joining the CPBI VIP program. There are still some spots available. I know some of you are finishing up your 10-day trial, and I've been getting messages left and right from people just saying how much they love it and how transformational it's been and how amazing they know it'll be if they can spend the entire year getting support from me and having access to all this content and having support with the team. If that's something you want to look at, you know all the information, we've posted it around, but I just want to say congratulations to the people who have joined this week. We are really, really excited to support you, and it's going to be an amazing ride. So sending you all so much love. Again, let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, whether you're here live or you're here on the replay, and test this out. Master that enrollment conversation with your prospects, help them master that enrollment conversation with the people in their world, and you will be one of the most renowned coaches that ever lived. Lots of love, guys. See you soon. Peace.